But are you ready? Are you ready to embrace the fact that someday, life as you know it, life as I know it, will soon come to an end?
Now imagine a gauge with a W on one side and an A on the other side. The W should be in bright red or orange, while the A should probably be a dingy green or pale yellow.
How do you soothe? When you know you have a very long and hard routine of work ahead of you for days on end and the dread creeps into your mind. Oh, right.
I lost 5 hours to cancer you don't think I could have smoked a week you don't think. When I'm going through that pressure, I couldn't have broke. But you talked about it, mental toughness. It is in those times we have to be stronger than we've ever been before. Why? Because they need us more than ever need us before, and you guys are blessed, and that you are the 1%ers not only people want to be in your life, who want the life that you have, and you got it. And you're not taking it serious like you know how many people would die to have this right. You know how many people would die to be on the field on Sunday. You know people would die to eat the way y'all eat. How many people would doubt? How the gear you all got young people would die to get on these planes and travel the world. You know people would die to have your life.
Now, what are you going to do about what you're doing with the life that you have right now? See, I talk about life because life is such a great thing. Life is such a beautiful thing. Life has so much university to it. It is unexplained to some people. It is unimaginable to some people. Sometimes you may even ask yourself, I don't even deserve this life. Sometimes you may even ask yourself, why am I suffering so much from this and that person over there is not suffering as much as I am?
That's because the W stands for want. As in, I want it now, or I want it real bad, or I want it so much I'll do whatever it takes to get it. The W means you'll go to law school for 5 years at night while working full-time during the day because you want to be a lawyer. The W means you'll get up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day to work on your novel because you want to be a writer. It means you'll travel from one end of the country to the other many times in order to find a doctor who can make your child well. I know people who have done all those things because they wanted something and eventually they got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, life, your existence, is temporary. It won't last forever. And if you're sitting around wasting it, if you're sitting around being hateful, if you're sitting around being jealous, if you're letting things outside of your circle control your possibilities, your uniqueness, your qualities, your principles, who you really are inside, then what's gonna happen next? There will come a time when you leave this world and they're gonna put you in that hole, and guess what, ladies and gentlemen? No one is gonna jump in that hole with you.
The A stands for apathy. That's where you really don't care what happens. And if you really don't care what happens, it's just as well, because it certainly isn't going to be anything good. Now we come to the last of our imaginary character gauges. On the right-hand side is the letter P, and that stands for promise. And on the left-hand side is a letter F, and that stands for fear. If you are a person of strong character, you will promise yourself that you will achieve your goals or what? It doesn't matter, because you never consider that possibility. You have made a promise, and you're going to keep it. When you set out to drive to the grocery store, you don't stop at the doorway and think, what will I do if I don't make it? You simply intend to get to the grocery store. You know you're going to get there. You will get there. It's simply assumed.
You got it, it's your life, you got it, what you're going to do with it. You got to be able to see it when it cannot be seen. You have to see it happening. You have to believe in the unseen, because if you can't believe in it, you will never manifest it. But when you believe in it, you demand the universe to assist you in what you're doing. And if you can see it before everybody else can see it, then it's going to eventually come to you. Forget about January, forget about February, forget about March, forget about April, forget about May, forget about June, forget about July, forget about August, forget about September. It's over, so forget about the past. Listen to me and make the rest of your life.
Let me tell you right now, life is about having reservoirs of strength. Now, you have to earn that with yourself, and it is going to start incredibly small. But at the end of the day, let me give you a notion that is going to serve you well. My friends, attack the fucking hill. Attack the hill. Attack the hill. Attack the hill. Don't fear the hill. Don't whine about the hill. Don't go into the hill like, oh God, this is really gonna suck. Come on, motherfucker. Let's get after this shit. This is why one of the things that I look for, if you want to work at Impact Theory, let me tell you right now, every single person at Impact Theory better be a hardcore motherfucker. HCMF. I am only looking for HCMF. If you are not hardcore, if you are not prepared to push through something, I don't want to be around that. I want to be around people that attack the hill.
The less energy we have to fulfill the call, to fulfill destiny, to manifest the idea. Everything that you think about, that you meditate on, everything that has to your attention has to be worth your time. So now it's time to navigate and do an appraisal of everything that's in our life, everything and everybody in our life. Time to do an appraisal and ask them this question: are you worth my time? If you're not, it's time to unplug. Time to unplug. Time to unplug. I'm just wondering if there's anybody that can hear my voice right now that has come to the end of themselves and they are willing to eliminate distractions. They are willing to delete social media apps if they have to. They are willing to walk away from everything that is distracted, everything that has diluted your devotion and your determination, every disease and dysfunction and disorder that has pulled you from destiny after you have heard it.
The best in your life, it's your boy E.T. I know you can do it. I believe you can. Do it. I go out there, get up, get out, go get something. Are you wasting your time, or are you using your time wisely? You can replace money. You cannot get a year back music. I don't care what the adversity has been. You have two choices. You can be unforgiving, bitter, angry, upset, and be a carrier of grief, or you can choose resilience. You can cope with what happened. You can upload the program of resilience and recover all and get back to the place where you were before the fall. Stop waiting for the storm to pass and yourself the question, what can I accomplish in the rain? What can I accomplish in the rain? You cannot become in the rain. There are people all over the world who are depending on you, so our wounds become wisdom.
I want to be around people that are like, yo, this is my chance. Now, let me assure you, that's a defense mechanism for how much it sucks sometimes to go through that shit. I don't seek it out. I don't want that stuff in my life. When it comes, I'm going to David Goggins that bitch. I'm not here to fuck around. Like, you've got to want that. You've got to be prepared to find some switch in your mind that you can flip, that even though 10 seconds ago you didn't want it, now that it's coming, what does Jocko say? Good? This is going to be hard. Good. Good. You've got to find a way to channel that, to attack that, to suddenly get that level of aggression in your soul. And man, look, I have the chills. This is one of those things. My life has been a series of figuring out how to toughen up. Okay, that was not me in high school. I was not tough in any way, shape, or form. And getting into business, I realized I was constantly getting kicked in the face. And I had two choices: get the fuck out of business or learn to toughen up. Now,
after you have received it, after you have written it down, after you have spoken it once, do what is required to manifest it into reality. If you can see it in your head, you can hold it in your hand. Stop telling everybody what you're going to do. Stop telling everybody what your next move is, and just disappear and do the work that is required. Don't be bitter. Don't be frustrated. Listen, just remain faithful behind the scenes. Promotion is coming. Stages and opportunities are being prepared right now as you sacrifice in secret, as you put the work in the dark room, as you do what is required to hold in your hand what you see in your head.
When no one is there to affirm you, when nobody's there to validate you, when nobody is there to agree with you, you build in the dark and you announce it when it's finished.
We have a new program. It's called Resiliency. The race is not given to the strong nor the swift, but it is given to he that endureth until the end. Life doesn't get any easier. It doesn't get more forgiving. We just get stronger and we get more resilient music. One thing we know is that adversity, conflict, trauma does not discriminate. We are all acquainted with pain. I don't care how many times life knocks you down, get back up and tell life, I'm supposed to be here. I belong here, give me what's mine. When we tackle obstacles, when we face adversity and conflict, it is only then that we find hidden reserves of courage and resilience we didn't even know we had.